I'm used to being Eastern. I moved out here about 10 years ago.
Yeah. So, okay, well, we are live streaming on YouTube. And so, welcome everybody. We're here with Rev Wayne Stills and Lynn Johnson, and we are reading some channel material that's 100 years old.
But we're quite relevant though. It was might as well have been channeled yesterday.
Exactly. It's so funny because we're studying a book that was channeled 50 years ago, A Course in
Right.
Miracles, and then now the Impersonal Life and the Way Out by Joseph Benner. And that's what we're on right now is The Way Out by Joseph Benner. So
And sort of a very early 1900s toughness to it.
yeah, absolutely.
So pre-pop psychology kind of feel to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of a pre feel good type thing to it. It's more like, look, this is the deal and this is the way it is. So
Yeah.
and then
Very uncompromising.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the deal. This is it. So, all right, he should be seen. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So, do you want to read where you are in the second book of the Joseph Benner? What would you call it if there's five of them? Not a trilogy,
The
not a
five books. How about the five books of Joseph?
yeah, yeah, a
Uh,
quintology or something.
simple son of the five. I don't know. I think five is some of a coincidence. He has other books too that aren't in that book.
Yeah, yeah,
He has a book I think it's with friendship or something like that. That's not in the book. I know that. Or something like that.
amazing.
His final book is supposed to be the book we were at the highest level or something like that. Because the idea that each one of these books gets you higher and higher until you get to like the light
Yeah,
or something like that. So
yeah, I believe it because I know the first one was just unbelievable, and so far the second one has been
yeah, right on,
amazing.
right on.
So,
All right, then what you read?
all right, okay, I will read. All righty. Um, so that you can see now that it is all a matter of consciousness, of thinking. Here, I'm going to real quick change my glasses. Because what's the point of having special glasses for your computer if you don't use them? All right. But if I leave them on and forget about it, and then I go out of the room and everything's all wonky,
Yeah,
like,
you know that why you think that you having a bad day. Things are kind of blurry, and you realize you haven't been seeing anything.
yeah, am I am and what's going on? Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay, so back to here. So that you can now see that it is all a matter of consciousness, of thinking and harboring the right kind of thoughts, those you wish to out manifest, of letting into your mind no thoughts that you do not want to manifest in your body or affairs. So he says, so you see it now that everything is just consciousness. It's thinking, it's concentrating, it's what's in our mind
Yep.
and deciding what we want to. He calls it out manifest, which is basically what we want to manifest in the world.
Yeah, the world's an outward picture of an inner condition. So it's just what is our inner life going to be like?
Yeah,
Is it going to be a product of what he would call right thinking or wrong thinking? Is it
yeah,
going to be part of the positive thinking, but not like the typical positive thinking movement as much as is it going to be thinking for us? It's the course thinking.
yeah,
As
yeah,
Ken always said, you have the thoughts of the course be your thoughts.
yeah, exactly. And
1,200 pages there. There's a lot of thoughts.
exactly, a lot of thoughts. And Jesus tells us in the course that what you see is what you're asking for. So, and so if we look at the world, which we know is not real, and we see a picture of suffering, it's because we've chosen to look for suffering. And Jesus says, a healed mind, you don't even see suffering. I was just listening to Keith Kavanaugh talking about true empathy, and he's like, you should not even you can't even understand suffering. It is not something that is understandable by God or the Son of God. So
Well, the people around you, the people who are sure, they won't be suffering.
yeah,
They
exactly.
might suffer when they're not around you, but when they're around you, you're such a source of pleasure, such a source of joy, that yeah, they're such a receiver of joy, such a giver of joy, that they light up when they're around you.
Well, and I think it's not even that. I don't even think it's the same people. I think the
Oh,
people that
anyone that comes in your path.
yeah, when your mind is healed, the people that are with you, the same exact people that have been with you, that you see every day, that appeared to be suffering yesterday, and if your mind
Yeah,
is
oh
healed
yeah, yeah.
today,
That's only different people. So it's almost if you went to a different universe.
yeah, you'll be seeing, they may look the same, but they do not have the same state of mind because your state of mind has changed.
Right,
So
exactly.
they're not the same people. They're the people that live in the world of forgiveness. And
Hmm.
so that's what he's saying. I think um, you can see now that it's all a matter of your consciousness of thinking and harboring the right kind of thoughts,
Yeah.
those you wish to out manifest, and of letting into your mind no thoughts you do not want to manifest in your body or affairs. So anything I don't want to happen, I'm just not going to allow to be in my
Yeah, yeah,
consciousness.
yeah. You have to learn how to press the delete button.
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever the thought comes up you don't like, just delete it. Delete, delete,
Yep.
delete,
Cancel, cancel, delete.
cancel,
Exactly.
cancel, delete. I'll tell you, there's a lot of canceling, deleting going on. At least at the beginning. You spend most of your day deleting.
Right. And it's not because you're trying to run away from a reality, it's because it's not real.
No, you're sort of deleting around reality. You're deleting everything so reality can be there.
Yeah.
You're deleting what's not there. You're deleting the baloney, the lies.
Yeah. Because if you go and read the Course of Miracles, when it talks about the real world, it is a very different world than the world that
Oh yeah.
yeah, but it is the real world and it's here right now. So what's the difference between what I'm seeing here right now and seeing that?
Well, if I said that the world right now is there's only one dream happening, but it looks like an infinite number of dreams.
Yes, yeah,
There's only one God, there's only one mind, there's only one being here, and having one dream looks like many beings having many dreams, infinite number of different beings having an infinite number of different dreams. There's nothing happening at all here like that.
no.
It's like we're looking in the mirrors upon mirrors upon mirrors upon mirrors upon mirrors, all the reflections of ourselves, but none of them's real. Remember the Matrix when he went into the room and they had all those different
Oh
ages?
yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's like. It's like we're all these reflections of ourselves, but none of those are us. We're not even in the room.
Yeah, we're not even there.
It's just like he wasn't even there.
Yeah, you're not even there. This is all just an outpicturing of a thought
Yeah.
in your mind. So he says, and perhaps you can also see that what is ordinarily called thinking is only the admitting into your mind of thoughts that originated chiefly in other minds, and of which you, of course, attracted to you. This is also true of all negative, inharmonious, and destructive thoughts. There must be something in you that attracts them, or they would not come. And people will deny that. This is not about me. That guy is a jerk, and it has nothing to do with me. But I wouldn't even be seeing a guy who's a jerk if I hadn't have attracted it. And the course talks about we're attracting all of this to ourselves. This is not just something um, that is happening outside of our own scope. We're the ones who are attracted to the insanity. We want to see the guilt. We want to see the death. We want to see the suffering. If you don't, if you don't think that you do, just turn on the news or watch Law and Order, or watch anything that the ego chooses to entertain itself, or to spend its time getting involved in, is about suffering, is about sacrifice, is about loss, it's about sickness, it's about death, it's about fear. And why in the world will I want to watch a show about people being murdered, or watch the news about the world crumbling, people starving? Why would I be interested in that to the point where I just want to look at it all day, every day? And it's because I'm attracted to it. And that's the reason
Yeah,
it's,
it's a great releasing question. Yes, you said. I asked myself, why can I let go of wanting to be sick? Can I let go of wanting to be, having bad relationship, this bad relationship?
yes,
And so, and so it puts it in perspective. It's like, oh, all right, I'm wanting this stuff.
right,
That's why it's here. And if I
right,
let go of wanting it, it takes the pressure off too, because I realize, all right, so if I'm wanting it, and I'm putting it there, then I'm the joker behind the whole thing.
exactly.
So all right, so I can let it go. If I put it there, I can let it go.
Right. You think, I mean,
Right?
that's common
Yeah,
sense would tell
yeah.
you that.
I mean, I can let go of wanting to be sick.
Yeah,
Whether or not the sickness goes away immediately is a whole other story. But I can let go of wanting to be sick. I can ask myself, can you let go of wanting to be sick? Well, yeah. I mean, I have to be the idiot to say no. I can say no if I want to be honest with you. I want to be honest. But why would I say? Why wouldn't I say yes?
well, let me ask you this. Can you let go of wanting to be a body?
Yes, I can do it. I can do it. It's scary. There's fear there, but that's what I'm going to go of. I'm going to go with
Right.
the
Yeah.
fear.
Because otherwise you can't be sick. You can't be sick if you're not a body.
Exactly. I'm letting go of the fear. I'm
Yeah.
letting go of the fear. I'm saying to my, I said to myself, you know what? I'll let go of this and see what happens.
Yeah.
And worst comes to worst, I can always come back to the body if I'm really freaked out.
Yeah.
I'm saying I can always come back to the body, I'm sure. But right now, I want to take this big chance, and I'm going to say yes. I will let go of the body completely.
Yeah.
And one of
Yeah.
the better ways to do it also is just like can you allow yourself to to allow yourself to feel the body dying, to feel like it's dead. Because people are so scared they think that way because they're going to kill the body with their thoughts. How many times have you said, "Oh, don't think that you die"? My grandmother used to always say that. Don't say that; you'll make it happen.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because we think we have a religion that says I can think of something and it will appear.
yeah,
Speak of the devil and he will appear.
yeah,
We think that. We believe that's true. I was playing we play games, like I think you and your family like to play games.
yeah. We
And
do.
we play games with dice,
Yeah,
uh, like Yahtzee, or Farkle, or different things, and Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah, yeah.
And people are trying to will their dice to do things, and they're all like, well, you're not thinking right. If your dice are not, you're just not
Yeah. Oh, you
concentrating.
ever watch sports on TV with people?
Yeah,
I mean, I said to her, yeah, nothing you do here is really going to affect whether
nothing.
you go home or not. You know that, right? And she said, yeah, that's not true. I mean, and she had this over, why? All right. I mean, truthfully, you can make a reason for it. Consciousness is one, and we're all one. You can make any kind of reason you want, but effectively, the influence is rather small in this realm.
Yes,
In this dream, in this daydream. I mean, a nighttime dream is totally different.
yes.
But the
Uh,
laws of this realm are somewhat structured.
Well, and the fact is, I was just listening to Michael Singer the other day, and he was talking about how this all came to be, and that everything from the very first of the tiny mad idea, or the Big Bang, or whatever you want to call it, everything has been moving along without, everything that's happened to this point to bring me to here has billions and billions and billions of things. It's all depending on there's not, if I could change one of those and influence the flow of it or change it, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Because where I am right now, I could not be anywhere else, or I could not have done
I,
it.
I think you could do it. The greatest example was that Star Trek episode when Scotty went back in time, It's a movie, and he goes back in time, and he says when he starts working on the computers, and he goes, "You're going to change time, and you're going to mess with time by messing with these computers." And how do you know I'm not the person who invented computers? You know, how do you know this? How do you know I'm not supposed to come back in time and do this? Because you can't escape. You can't escape helping out. You can't escape moving things forward. He was
Right.
the person. How do you know I'm not the person who was supposed to come back in time and invent these computers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
And
this is exactly the way it was supposed to happen.
how would you know?
Yeah, this is the way it was supposed to happen.
Because I'm here now.
Exactly. That's what he was
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. So
You
that
can't
must,
know. You can't
yeah.
know.
Yeah. So this is really what we're looking at is that we are in the midst of something that has been going on for billions of years and has moved to this point where I am just one teeny tiny teeny little thing in the midst of vast universes of space. And I think somehow or the other I can change the roll of the dice. It
No, you
can't
can't. Yeah,
happen.
yeah. Who cares though? That's about my. You know, the whole point is that all the dice is in the script. It's already been scripted. So
That's right. It's
you're
in
better
this.
off just saying the hell with it. I don't need to change the roll of the dice.
Yes, exactly, exactly,
It's not really a gamble when the story's been already told.
exactly, exactly.
So whatever it is, I mean, it's almost as if you be the gambler. Just be the gambler and play the game. And whatever comes up, comes up.
That's right.
Play your role.
Yeah, because the outcome is certain.
Yeah,
There's no chance. It's
yeah.
already
I mean,
happened.
yeah. You're in the middle of you're the character in a story, but the stories have beginning, middles, and ends.
Yeah,
So you're in that story. You had the story. You have free will, but the story's done already. So
yeah, yeah. It's already done. So, yeah, so yeah. What did I do? What did I do? What was the, we'll see. We're going to see what I did happen.
exactly.
We'll see what
Yeah,
happened.
well, it's like life's not about making. It's about discovering what I did.
Yes,
Like,
exactly,
well, in truth, what did I do in truth? Because what I did was it happened. What I just did always happened. It always happened that way. You know,
exactly.
and another way of looking at it is like nothing new happened ever. Still, if I'm doing this right now, I'm talking to you. There's millions of people right now who are talking to us, doing just what we're doing,
Yeah,
just what we're doing, the exact same way that we're doing it. They're doing it. So nothing's new happening. Everything's happened already before. There's the truth is truth. It's always been here. And whatever
that's
we're
right.
doing that's truthful is already happening. It was already happened.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And so, how can I complain? There, it's like you mentioned watching the sports on television. Well, by the time you've actually see what happened in this sport on television, it has long gone. It's
Oh,
over.
sure.
There, you can cheer them on, but you're cheering to something that happened in the past.
Well, sure. Well,
And
I watch old sports. I only watch old sports anyhow. So.
yeah, yeah, and actually you could probably, look it up and find out the score before even it's even
I enjoy that anyhow. It's just stressed out. I mean, I watch old boxing matches from the 70s and 80s.
wow.
I watch, I think about Ali and I watch Holmes and I watch
My
Frazier.
gosh.
I watch old tennis matches with Connors and McEnroe. And yes, it's fun for me. I watch those things. So I'm watching them. We'll be right back. US Open 1984. And I'm like, oh, all right. Woo.
I love it. I love it.
You know, I look at it, it's on now. Or something. I'm going back to 1984 to watch it. You know,
Well,
or I mean,
because
since I
you
am, but the point of it is you're living in the past. I'm not living in the past. It's here
you were
now,
there
living in the
already.
present.
Well, if you were there once, aren't you still there?
Yeah, in a sense, I'm saying. I mean, yes, in a sense, to the extent that we can travel back in time, that's how you would do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd see it and be aware of it and so in a sense, if you live in the past, I can say yes, you're right, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I can do that. I can say that, of
Wow.
course. You know, or but I also say that the TV show, the tennis match is just in the now
Yes.
with everything
Yeah.
else, with any show that's on in the present time.
Well,
That's
if
just
you're watching it, it's now.
exactly. That's what I
If
mean.
I'm watching it, it's now.
Exactly. So
It couldn't be any other time.
and when people say I want to stay in the I want to stay in the present, I say to them, all right, do me a favor, get out of the present.
Yeah, yeah.
And can you do it? Get out of the present now. Get out of the now. Go out of the now. Just leave the now. And they, you can't do it. You can't. So you're in the present no matter what. You can't do it. If you can do it, then we have problems.
Yeah, yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
So
Yes, I'm going to
take the
go
pressure
into
off.
the future.
Yeah.
No. Uh,
Maybe you can, but when somebody tells you to
exactly.
get out of the now, then they kind of take the pressure off.
Exactly. Okay. Well, I will continue to read.
Okay.
Um, okay. So, uh, there must be something in these negative, inharmonious, and destructive thoughts that I'm attracted to. Many will still permit them to come, for only by the suffering, hardship, and struggle to escape from their influence that you undergo will you learn how to free yourself and gain the power to control and consciously direct your life to constructive ends. That is the hard way, but we are now going to show you the true way to free yourself forever from fear and worry about finances and from all other destructive forces.
You come in the hard way or the easy way.
Yeah. I think I picked the hard way
Yeah, well,
from
they
the
all of us did.
beginning, and so did you, obviously. So
Oh,
uh
well, they all of us did. That's why we're here.
I guess so, yeah. All right. So we are assuming that all who read are students and followers of Christ's teachings. You will remember those significant words of his in the Sermon on the Mount. And this is a quote: Take no thought or be not anxious, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or with what shall we be clothed? For your heavenly Father knows that you have need of all these things. But seek first the kingdom, consciousness of God, and his righteousness, right ideas, and all these things will be added unto you. So seek ye first the consciousness and the right ideas. Um, and all these things will be added unto you.
The ideas would be what these ideas here, basically. And
Exactly.
yeah, entwined with your own way of saying it, your own way of thinking it, your own way of putting it, interpreted by your own styles, individualized, I guess you could say. But nevertheless, it's the thoughts that are here. It's the spirit thoughts.
Exactly. And those are really our real thoughts, not
Exactly.
the thoughts that the world is telling us.
Yeah, it's not like
So,
we're moving outside ourselves, it's all within ourselves. It just so happens that its a manifestation is in a book.
yeah. And we know by how it makes us feel.
Right.
I'm just taking a drink here.
Me too. Just look at a sip.
Drinking buddies here. All right.
Right.
We know that those words seem important to you, but we also know that very few take them as actual promises and try definitely and determinedly to put them to the proof. But that is the very thing you must do if you would obey the law. And when we show you how to free yourself from fear and worry, you will not you will not only be able to free yourself from the power money has over you, but you will have found the straight and narrow way to the kingdom. And all the powers of the kingdom will help you if you are strong and determined enough to win the goal. For the kingdom of God and his righteousness is only a state of consciousness where we do right thinking, where we think God's thoughts only.
Yes, there you go. In God's thoughts only.
And that's the same thing that, I mean, the Course in Miracles says this to us all the time. What did I do? That only the thoughts of God are the only real
No, these
thoughts,
are real thoughts. Yep.
and the thoughts of the ego, none are real.
Yep.
So he's bringing us right along. I mean, what do we even need a Course in Miracles for? Here he is.
Yeah, well, well, look, if somebody says to me, the Course in Miracles is too thick, too this, too that. We'll start with this book.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing that's different than of this of the Course in Miracles is really getting you from the beginning of, I am just helplessly living in a world filled with judgment and suffering, And it brings you to the place where you see that I'm the one who gave everything all the meaning that it has to me, and I can let it go by forgiveness. So, Course in Miracles is the real heavy lifting work that
Right.
we do to get us to the point where we can actually experience what he's talking about here.
Right.
And
Exactly.
it's
This is almost like it's like a shorthand version of it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
why that's why it's so to the point. It's like it reminds me of a little bit of that well, Wallace Waddles books. Remember those books?
Which ones?
Wallace Waddles of the Science of Being Great, the Science of Wealth, the Science of Success.
Oh, yes, sure,
One of
sure.
those books this is for people
Yeah,
who want to run but have no time to study. And his books were very, very powerfully curt and very terse and very, very to the point.
right.
And he
Yeah,
came out
to
at the
the point.
same time period.
Yeah. And if you could actually do this, then it would be a completely different, the world would be different for
Yeah,
sure.
there's almost a sense of there's almost a sense that he's assuming that you've been through all these. You've been you're a seeker already. I mean, the whole thing opens up that way.
Right.
It opens up saying you've been through the ringer. You've been seeing this person seeking out people left and right, and you've been disappointed. So he's assuming that the person who's read this is not a beginner.
Yeah. Yeah. And I gotta wonder, what were the teachings that were around in the early 1900s that would have brought people to this? And there are people like Gurdjieff, G.I. Gurdjieff,
Right.
P.D. Ouspensky.
Yolanda.
There's some great teachers in those days.
Yeah. And then what he basically says in the end is to get rid of all of them, get rid of all the teachers, all the religions, and you're left with whatever's left,
That's right. And that's
which is that you're in the little void, the void, the inner void, I call it, which is you, the infinite nothingness within. You listen to nobody, not anybody that tells you how you should think. Any institution, person, place, or thing, let it go.
that's right. That's right.
That's basically what he said.
So
Let it all go.
let it go and think only the thoughts that I think with God.
Exactly.
Think
Exactly.
only the thoughts I think with God. And he says, can you do that?
Yeah.
Surely you can if you will. And that's an old saying. If you would say,
Is the
Mom,
one.
can I go to the store? She can. She say, you can if you will.
Yeah. He's
So
one.
so can you do that? Surely you can if you will.
Uh-huh.
Then this is the way. The way you must train yourself to stand guard continually at the door of your mind and to let in no thoughts or feelings that you do not want to out manifest. So basically, yeah, be vigilant only for God and his kingdom and only pay attention to things that you can control.
One of the ways I would do that for me is I use lesson 14 and I observe I'll say, did God create that anger? So it does not realize the meaning.
Yeah,
Did God create that thought of frustration and misery? The thought has no meaning, it's not real.
yeah, it's not real.
It's like I observe everything that's coming up for me, and I realize it has no meaning because God didn't create it. And you start with the negative stuff, you realize everything has no meaning in the end. But you go through all the negative, you left over with all the positive stuff, and that tends to feel good.
Yeah, yeah. And it is a matter of will. And so if you can if you will,
Yeah, that's right.
you can if you will.
That's right. Yeah.
So he continues, think this over carefully, and you will see that it is the only way. It may seem hard at first, and you may not know what to admit and what to deny. But guard the door from every negative thought and feeling of whatsoever nature, from every thought that you know God would not have you think, from every doubt, fear, worry, anxiety, or concern of any kind, from every tendency to criticize, judge, or condemn anybody or anything or any condition, from the self-pity, jealousy, envy, irritation, unkindness, anger, hatred, etc. These will give you an idea of what are negative and ungodlike thoughts and which must no longer have a part in your consciousness.
See, what I like about that is how he there's a dichotomy between, and it's obvious, but the negative thoughts are pretty obvious what they are. We I just think it's pretty obvious how to help people. We tend to make it complicated for ourselves because we don't want to help people.
Right,
And we don't want to have good thoughts. We rather have confusing, so we make things very complicated. So but and I like how the things he says here: self pity, jealousy, envy, irritation, unkindness, anger, hatred. That's all those negative thoughts.
yeah,
If you see anger coming up, there's no reason for it. And
yeah, this need not be.
yeah, exactly. This need not be, or I can see peace instead of this. There's no reason not to let it go because you're not going to get anything more out of anger than you would get out of something else. That's more positive. You can get the same thing and you get out of anger, so you don't have to punch people along the way. You don't have to lash out along the way. You can get the same thing out of joy.
Right. Well, and the fact is though, if you when you do all that lashing out and everything, it makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
And when you feel bad, you don't want to feel bad anymore.
Mhm.
So, when you recognize that you're doing it to yourself, and you can just as easily let it go, it makes such a difference. It's made such a difference for me, that's for sure. I'm just so grateful for all of it. But, you have to come to the point where you recognize your feelings.
Yeah.
I must have decided wrongly because I'm not at peace.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. And then look, I always say to myself, and I say to others, if you if you change if you let go of the negativity and you're left with the feeling that's good and you want it, you go back to the negativity after that, then they go back.
Yeah,
You don't ever have to stay where you are. If you really desperately want to go back to negative feelings and negative situations, then you go back. You go back, but give it a shot.
right.
Let go of the anger, and see what happens. Give peace a chance.
Exactly.
You
And don't
know
judge ahead of time that it's not going to work.
exactly. Let go of the anger, let go of the frustration, let go of the negativity, let go of the hatred, and let it go. Just let it go. And it's easy. They have all these little tricks and trades, all these little gimmicks and tricks, and of course miracles.
Exactly.
Jesus gives all these little things that you can use to get rid of all this stuff.
Yep.
There's 365 of them.
365 of them. And even, if you just even remember I could see peace instead of this, or any one of those,
Yeah.
it can completely switch your mind.
Yep.
And also for me, it helps me to see when I don't want to change my mind, because that does occur, that I'll be like, no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be mad. I'm upset.
Yeah. Sometimes I say that, you feel like, I realize I'm spoiled. I'm like a child. No, I want to keep it.
Yeah, yeah,
My anger.
yeah. And-
But then it's easy to let that go. Because then that's ridiculous. I don't need to be angry. I don't want my anger.
oh, I
It's,
know. And it makes you mad.
yeah, it's just anger.
Yeah.
It's not mine, unless I say it's mine. I don't know whose anger it is. It's just floating by. And I grab onto it and I go, it's mine. And
And
then I
it's
say it's
me.
mine. I go, it's me.
Yeah, it's
This
me.
is this is me. Look, everyone, I'm anger. And then all it was floating by. I could have let it just float by. Let it keep on going. Would be a hell of a lot smarter than grabbing onto it and saying I am this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How silly we fall into that though.
Well,
So he says, just stand guard of your thoughts. Just stand guard and don't let any of those thoughts that God would not have you think in the door. Just don't let them in. And think this over carefully, and you will see that this is the only way. It may seem hard at first, and you may not know what to admit and what to deny, but guard the door from every negative thought and feeling of whatsoever nature, from every thought that you know God would not have you think, from every doubt, fear. I know I already read this, but I'm reading it again. From every doubt, fear, worry, anxiety, or concern of any kind, from every tendency to criticize, judge, or condemn anybody or anything or any condition. from self-pity, jealousy, envy, irritation, unkindness, anger, hatred, etc. These will give you an idea of what are negative and ungodly thoughts and which must no longer have a part in your consciousness. And that's another thing too. A lot of times, so somebody did something that upset me. All right. Somebody did something that I'm upset, okay? And I'm upset. And instead of saying, "Oh, it's about me and my decision to be upset," I blame them. It's their fault. They did this or they didn't do that, and so I'm blaming them. And when I want to call somebody up and call up my friend and say, "Hey, this terrible thing happened. Don't you agree that this was bad?" And I want my friend to say, "Yes, you were unfairly treated. That was sure bad." But what if my friend says to me, "Well, Lynn, are you guarding the door from all of these negative thoughts? Do you really want to be right or do you want to be happy?" And then I think, oh, I called the wrong person. I should have called someone who's going to agree with me.
Those words you completely. Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, honestly, no one wants to hear the truth from
No,
who were put up in their story. That's happened to me a lot. I tell people, what happens if you find out that everything, your entire past was like injected into you last night?
yeah,
Yeah. What would that? Usually, we find that everything you think you've done wrong, you never did.
yeah, what,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
you're not guilty of anything at all. And she looked at me, this girl, and she said, "That's terrible." And why? You're supposed to know all the stuff about my pain, all the stuff I went through. It's my story. It's who I am. So I just, okay, no, I'm not gonna fight with her about it. But it was pretty obvious that many people feel that way.
Many people feel that way, and they
Yeah,
do identify with it as a personal thing. It is who I am, my victimhood, my story. But I mean, think about it. We're encouraged through the world to go it, like, oh, my name is Lynn, and I'm an alcoholic. You know,
right. Yeah,
my name is Wayne, and I have Parkinson's disease. You
right.
know, what does that have to do with you?
Yeah,
Have to do with me, none of these things. But if the world can only identify with me if I put that out there, then that's who I'm going to be.
yeah. Well, you might as well, once you realize where you are and who you are and what's going on, you might as well just learn to forgive as much as possible. And what that for me means, learn to realize that nothing's happening here anyhow.
That's
So
right.
you might as well just enjoy it to the extent that you can. You can't enjoy it too much anyhow, but to enjoy it too much, then there's consequences. Always.
Yeah, yeah,
So you only enjoy it to a certain degree, and then but you might as well do that as much as you can within context of of your life. You know what I mean? You can't jump off, you can't fly, so don't try to fly.
right. This
You
is
know,
not the Matrix.
yeah, exactly. But there's certain things you can do to make your life happy, then do it. And don't expect more of your body than it can give you. I think the first.
Right,
Yeah. We want to make sure that the biggest problem we have is that we expect more out of life than it can give us.
right,
We didn't create this world to give us immortality. We
right.
already know immortal. We're already immortal.
Yeah, this world was made to slow
Lie to
us
us.
down, to weigh us down, to
Right.
keep us in check.
Yeah, to lie to us.
Yeah, and align with us. Yeah,
So once you realize that, and then you sort of have fun figuring out the lies as you go along. It's like figuring out the dream symbols. Oh, I did a lot. Sometimes I'll say, "Wow, that just shows how this is a dream.
yeah,
That was whacked out stuff which just happened. This has got to be a dream for that to happen. You know,
right,
figure out the dream, or just figure out how the lies and see where they are, poke holes in this world. And have fun doing it. And then whisper once in a while to people, "Don't worry about it. It's just a dream."
and,
See
and
if you can get people to smile.
exactly, and laugh. And
Yeah,
that's what that Michael Singer thing he's saying. So if you know that the thing that's happening to me right now is something that has happened because billions of years ago, some thing fell off a rock and landed in the water and turned into this. This is all the thing that's leading. If you know that this thing is happening because of forces that you cannot control, nor are the forces that you have any, you don't even understand or know. And you, what you truly are is beyond all of this. Then you can look at this world and laugh
Well, absolutely.
because you can see, oh my gosh, look at this. Now I got COVID. What the heck?
Yeah, I know.
How crazy is this? Oh, oh, now.
No, absolutely. Someone was saying this on TV. He said the thing about us was to realize that we didn't create ourselves, so we can't get down on ourselves. If we stop, if we don't function well. We should laugh at ourselves and laugh at everything, but we didn't create ourselves. So if we screw up, it's not our fault.
Right,
We'll only do our best, and that's it. You can't get down on yourself. You can't beat yourself up for making mistakes and for screwing up and for not being the greatest person in the whole world. Because you're trying your best. There's a lot of pressure out there, and God made us, not us.
right. And you have no choice. I mean,
Exactly.
you can't screw up because you didn't choose any of it.
Yeah, God is the one who made me who I am. I mean, or evolution, however you want to call it. We were made by. I mean, spiritually speaking, yes, we made ourselves. But let's face it, you were born a little baby, and
Right.
towards the effect of your environment.
And
And so,
all the thoughts that I have are thoughts that somebody else told me. We just read
exactly.
that.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
been
even
read
have
that.
thoughts of my own.
No, no,
It's,
because you had no thoughts as a baby. Everything was you're just a bunch of programs.
right. You knew nothing when you were a baby and you
Yeah,
got all
right.
this stuff implanted
Yeah, it's
by
all program, program
this is
upon
mama,
program
this is
upon
daddy,
program.
this is the doctor, this is milk, this is good, this is bad, this is hot, this is cold.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
you learn all these things and then that we go and
This is
think I'm
right. This
doing
is
something.
wrong.
Yeah,
Eventually it's all moral programming, and it's all. And then they get married at this age, and then this is what you should do, and you should work. It's like little boxes, and some little boxes describes it very well.
it's definitely a little boxes thing for
Mm.
sure.
Yeah.
And it's all made out of ticky tacky.
Yeah, little boxes,
It's all made
little
out of
boxes,
ticky
all the
tacky.
same.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh.
I wish we could
Okay.
play that. We'll play it after we get off the air. We'll play it.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you have it. All
Yeah.
right. So he says, if you will keep all such untrue thoughts out of your mind, you can see that then and then only can your higher self draw into your mind and the true and positive thoughts that will attract you to the good that is waiting to manifest itself to you. For while your mind is cluttered with all those fearful, worrying, discouraged, sick, weak, poverty tainted thoughts, how can you expect anyone who feels these vibrations, and vibrations are things you cannot cover up, to be attracted to you? Or how can you expect God to inspire you with thoughts of a beneficial nature?
And he's saying if you're a pathetic joke of a human being, how can you expect anyone to like you?
Yeah,
I mean, how can you expect anyone to be attracted to you? He says,
right.
if you have poverty-tainted thoughts, you're sick, weak, discouraged, worried, and fearful.
Yeah.
If
I
you're
mean,
like
I
that,
wouldn't want to be around you.
how can you expect anyone to think to want to be around you?
Exactly.
How can you expect success in
Yeah.
life if you're like all these things? It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means that you're not going to attract anything but similar tribes, a similar tribe, a similar vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's a mirror of your own thinking. So how can it be any different? Oh, geez, I'm looking in this dark mirror and I'm seeing dark things. Help me.
But
Well,
you don't have you don't have to. Okay, fine. Tomorrow, I'm going to think nothing but positive thoughts. I want to be negative. You start with forgiveness. You start with where you are.
yeah,
I forgive myself for doing what's not what I'm not doing. I forgive myself for what's not really even happening. Loosen the whole thing up,
yes,
and then you realize, all right, I'm not gonna beat myself up for something I'm like, there's no guilt in the dream. That's the
that's right.
premise of it all. You can be guilty in a dream. You can do whatever you want in a dream when it comes down to it, as long as you can get away with it.
Yeah. But not like, you have a dream one night that your, spouse is flirting with another person and you wake up in the morning and slap them.
Yeah,
Hey,
you can't do that. Your spouse did nothing. You know,
That's it. We're gonna wake up in
you
the
make jokes about
morning.
that on TV and stuff, but you can't do that.
You
You can't
can't.
be angry at your spouse, or you rob a bank and this, you feel guilty, you turn yourself in, or you worried you rob a bank, or it was a dream. I think you're nuts.
Yeah. Well, unless you have a pillowcase full of money when you wake up.
Yeah, but that's different. But then you have a whole other problem.
That would be
It's
pretty
magic
funny.
money. But seriously, so that's the same thing here. If this is really a dream, if you want to see it that way, then the only thing keeping us from doing wrong things, as they call it, is the structure of the dream,
That's
is
it.
the consequences to our actions. If I went out and did something really stupid like rob a bank, I would not be able to handle the consequences.
That's right.
That's why I have no desire to do that.
Yeah, and there would have to be there would have to have been many things occurred to bring you to the point where you were standing at the bank with a
To
note
rob
to
it.
hand to a teller. It wouldn't
Exactly.
be just,
Yes, it would be my vibe would have to change to be around people that were inspiring me to do that.
that's exactly,
My vibe
exactly.
right now is here in,
That's right,
in
exactly.
in this room, and it's where it's with certain acting friends and people. My friend, nowhere near a bank with a gun or a note. But and that's why people get scared. Well, what if it's the ego talking? It's a delay tactic. Well, what if Hitler can he do whatever he wants? Don't worry about Hitler
Yeah.
or Stalin. Those guys are special cases. That's difficult. Like scholars will have to talk about them.
Well, it was all part of the story in the dream.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, if it
Yeah,
comes
because
down to
it
it,
never
they're just as
happened.
innocent as anyone else. Yeah, it never happened.
Yeah,
But
it's
you,
like it's like
but you bring that up, you're trying to not make it work for you.
yeah, yeah.
You
And it's
bring,
like
you,
people say, "Oh, go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry."
no, no, I'm just saying you bring Stalin and Hitler up. You're trying to get out of this delay tactic
Yeah,
because you're not going to do anything Stalin and Hitler would do. Well, you can do whatever you want. The whole point is that you can have fun, you can enjoy yourself here because you're not going to do anything Hitler. Are you Hitler? No. So what are you worried about? Just the point is that you are innocent. You're always innocent. You can't be guilty. So go out and have some fun.
yeah, and recognize that, everything that, another person did, it's just like, if you go to the library and you pull out a book and you start reading it and you think, oh, this really, oh my gosh, it's a fiction story about the abominable snowman or something, and you go home and you tell your family, there's an abominable snowman. He lives over in, this
Right.
place. You
Right.
know, because you believe the story is true. And it's not. There's not a single story
That's true.
in this entire universe that's true.
Yep. You're right.
All made up.
It's all made up. I say so bottom line is they're all made up, and so is the guilt that goes along in the stories.
That's right.
And so innocence is not even something that's the opposite of guilt. It's not the innocence of stories. It's the purity beyond even the innocence that we understand of innocence. It's an innocence that doesn't even know our problems. It's just purity. It's absolute.
That's right.
And so it's just it's well, whatever. That's the cover.
There's no fault.
No fault at all. And so it's hard for us to imagine that because we're programmed to think in terms of limitation and shame and guilt. That's sort of how we're programmed, and not out of any necessarily malice. It's just that that's how we're scared of each other. We're scared of everything.
Oh yeah, it's a story that we made up to explain what is, and being that, as a a person who everything just, if you didn't know what was happening or have some kind of inkling, it would be just like magic that people would appear at your door, or that, you would wake up in the morning and be like, wow,
Oh
look at
yeah,
this, all
then
this stuff around me.
like
Where
my
did this come
like my dogs, like my dogs.
from?
They have no idea. They wake up and say something about
Yeah, exactly,
my wife
exactly.
leaves, and every time my dog freaks out. She's gonna come, but she's never gonna come back.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh shit, I can't believe she's here. Oh my God. It's First time she's here. It's just fantastic. She can be so happy.
So happy because it's wow, where did this come? And the same thing I think about because we have these cats and you let the cat out through the front door and then later the cat comes in through the back door and it's like it's in a whole nother, oh look, here, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. You say, all right, guys, go have a nighttime walk. They shoot up and say, oh my God, yes, yes, yes. All right, that's the spirit, you know.
I get to go outside and sniff
Yeah,
things.
exactly. I get to go outside, sniff a little, then I come back in 8 minutes later, But you
Yeah,
know, 10 o'clock walk is not a big one, but they love it. They love it no matter what. And now we go to bed, cool. Yeah, all right, woohoo.
yeah, exactly.
And then
And
we wake up, woohoo. Everything's woohoo.
everything,
Yeah.
everything, everything.
And granted, they're dogs, and they don't really age much past 2 years old mentally. And so it's and they don't. It'd be nice if the humans, when you get to the place where dogs are at, they have the memory of where you were is there.
Yeah,
So the pleasure and the happiness is more so than dog, because dogs don't know that they're experiencing them at the moment in life. They just are.
yeah, they're just being.
Yeah, dogs don't reflect and say, "Wow,
Yeah,
they're not like humans."
they are just being. How funny. All
Yeah.
right, I'm going to mark our book here because
Okay.
I think
Cool.
we'll start with if you keep all such untrue thoughts out of your mind. I'll
Well,
mark our book. And do you have that song? Do you want to play it?
oh yeah, yeah, but I think it might be. I don't think it's. I think
Okay,
it's.
so I just
Go ahead.
will stop the
Yeah.
uh, uh,
Yeah.
what do you call it? The YouTube.
Then YouTube. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye, members everywhere. Out. And I'm gonna
Exactly.
be here tomorrow, but Audrey will not be here tomorrow. So I'll be here tomorrow, and I'll just be doing a show.
Oh,
My rantings and ravings.
okay. Very good. All right. So just because you weren't here last week and she was here and she read from the mysticism book for an hour. So it worked out
Oh, good.
perfectly.
Oh, good.
Yeah.